If it is your first time of stopping by or coming across my YouTube channel, you are highly welcome. This is the home of news. Please click on that red button that says subscribe. Beside the red button is a notification bell. Turn the bell on so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be the first person to check it out. And after watching the video, you are free to leave your comment constructively and tell me what you think about the video and the channel. As we hop into today's exciting video, let's watch this video together and come to the comment section to talk about it. Let's watch.
Normally, it's a normal thing for a parent to look at their child and say, look at his head. Why you don't get sense like this? Oshe Gobai, no. I don't know if you speak Yoruba. Yeah. But I remember my grandmother would look at me and say, why you just dance like this? Sorry?
Kekere. Let me tell you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is, and I didn't like it. And I also transfer it to my kids. Sometimes when they do, like this, my very beautiful daughter here, sometimes when they do things, I just lash out. It's not good. But at the same time, it is how we were all raised. Now, a lot of people say you shouldn't make excuse for us. But at the same time, how do you raise a kid in 2023? It's tough. And you are a mother. How old is your oldest child?
My oldest child is 31. Okay. And she's a stabilizing factor. You know why? Because she was raised in Nigeria. All right. Oh. My other kids are Americans. And the liberal society in America is one that you really, really have to put your hooks down before you can have any type of control. Soon as a child gets to 18, you have lost all types of hold or all kinds of say. You don't have a say in anything they do. They can decide to do whatever they want to do. But in Nigeria, we're somehow, still cognizant of the fact that a parent is a parent, right? In Nigeria, that is our culture. We respect our parents. But out here, a child can turn themselves into anything, and the school supports them, and the legal system supports them. You as a parent are just a sitting duck. You have no say in what your children decide to do. And if this is where Emeka Ike has found himself, can you imagine? The heart of a father. Let me not say, because I don't really know the whole story. I don't know if it's between him and his wife or him and his son.
It's him and his wife that now spilled over to him and his son.
Okay. All right. The dynamics, the culture, the dynamics of a culture out of Africa is very different from what we have in Africa. And in so many ways, you people have it so good, you don't understand. We were talking about how you're able to raise children in a culture different from Africa. It's a very difficult thing. It's a very difficult thing. So out there, just be thankful that you have your children around you, still listening to you, still respecting you. I'm glad that my oldest daughter is a stabilizing influence on the younger ones. They listen to her, maybe because they are not so far apart in age. They listen to her, and she's able to mediate between me and my American kids. Because, Nigerian mothers, well, we have a thing going, You cannot see something that is unacceptable and be quiet. You're going to put your foot down. You're going to try to flex. But the kids are going to tell you, who the hell you think you are? So my daughter comes in the middle of that and stabilizes everything. I'm very thankful for that.
Which is indeed a very beautiful thing. Did you watch the interview the young man, that's Emeka Ike's son, gave Chude, the way he was talking about his father? I don't know. What's your take on that?
I'm going to tell you that anybody will defend their mother. Anybody will defend their mother. That's a female, right? And what that woman was saying, I caught a bit of the interview that said she was in the car and then she got a blow to the face in the car or something like that. At that point, I couldn't watch it anymore because I know Emeka. I don't want anything to mess with the impression I have of him. This was a very sad story this woman was telling. I did not watch her son. I didn't hear what her son said about that incident, but I heard what she said about that incident. And personally, I have walked that path. I've experienced something like that. And I'm not going to defend anybody being violent against, a female, So I couldn't watch it. It was a very difficult thing to listen to.
Would you like to share a bit of your experience as a woman and how it affected you?
Okay, so now you see something like domestic violence, it's a very dark path for any family to go through. And you have to wonder what led to the violence. But at the end of the day, we each are responsible for our actions. Okay, you can't say it's because somebody did this or because somebody did that made you do this or made you do. You could have walked away, right? You could have walked away. You could have removed yourself from that situation, no matter how hurtful. Situations, can create a very frustrating environment where a man will lash out to his spouse or family or whatever for whatever reason. Like I said, the ball falls in your court. You decide what you're going to do. Are you going to continue to be to a person, or are you going to caution yourself and take yourself out of that situation? Most women don't recognize that the violence is cyclical, right? He buys you flowers, he apologizes, you make up, you start again, he buys you flowers, you make up, you start again. Now, it takes counseling to recognize the red flags in a situation like that. Oh, you would never know. You would think it's okay, or you would think I forgive him, or you would think it will never happen again, but it will, So until you get some counseling, both of you, one person for anger management, the other person to recognize what is going on,
Mm, mm, Now, have you ever, as a mother, found yourself in a position where you are in between a father who is angry with his child, and how someone is saying no volume? Yeah. And how did you handle that situation?
I have found myself in that situation, and you have to be some kind of shield between yourself, between the father and the child. I have found myself in that situation. And not only that, my husband has found himself in a situation where he had to be the shield between me and my child. So these things happen, but it takes a special level of maturity or self-control to be able to pull yourself back. Sometimes we fail because nobody is perfect. Sometimes we fail. Sometimes we cross the line, we make mistakes, and at that point is when you should sit yourself down and say, what could I have done better? What other choices could I have made in this situation? You know what I'm saying? So as we're criticizing Emeka Ike, we should do it slowly. Send the brother some prayers, advise him to go for some counseling, anger management, take himself out of that situation until he's, better. Don't you want to talk to your other guests? I think I'm talking too much.
No,